Welcome in, everybody, to the DNVR Rapids. It's a winner's lounge! Oh, my God. And we are presented by Evoca TV. I'm your host, Murchel. We're going to run through these first two real quick. Super producer Yaya, not producing, in the couch.
I say this very often, not the start of the show.
Yep, correct. On to downtown Dwayne Brown.
Stars down.
All right, on to the star of the show. We are joined by Rapids legend, former men's national player, Drew Moor is in the house.
Let's go!
Oh, you love to see it, dude. Oh, man, we got so much to talk about. We got the 1-0 win against Iran through to the knockout stages. We're going to break down the game. We're going to break down man of the match. Mostly we're just going to kick it with Drew for a little bit here and talk it out. Pulisic with the goal right before the half, well, about 6 minutes or so before the half. Injured himself, pulled off. Subs got a little sketchy, but they came through with the win. Drew, what's your initial first gut reaction to this win? Ooh, yeah, big time.
Yes, baby! Oh, man. They did what they had to do. I think the game kind of went like we could have predicted. Iran sat in a little bit,
sure,
absorbed some pressure, and I think it was just a matter of could we score on some of the chances we created. And I think to do it in the first half was huge. It calmed the nerves a little bit. I'm sure halftime they were flying in the locker room. But a game like this, what you ultimately had to do was win the game,
right,
and they did what they had to do.
So the U.S. maintained most of the possession, right, for the first half. As a defender, what kind of focus do you need when you're barely getting used in the first half? You barely see the ball. But when they do come, how do you stay sharp? How do you stay focused for the most part?
I think as a defender, you just have to stay in the moment. Focus on your job. That's keeping things organized, communicating well behind the ball, getting guys in good spots in case something breaks down and now you're on the counterattack, which we know that's probably what they were going to look to try and do in this game. You don't get too caught up in what's going on in attack. Sure, support when necessary, but just stay in the moment. Stay on your toes. Make sure you're communicating. Don't get frustrated if chances go begging for you on the attacking side, but I thought everybody did a good job. Tim Ream, Cameron Carter-Vickers coming in.
Yeah, that's my question there, man, is Carter-Vickers comes in, really has not been used all that much in qualifying or even in the friendlies. I think, he played in those last two German games against Japan and Saudi Arabia, but what's that mindset got to be in a win or go home? I haven't really had any minutes with these guys, and now I am going to be heavily relied upon.
Yeah, Carter-Vickers did his job, did exactly what you expect. A bit of a veteran of the side, even though, he hasn't been playing much during qualifying, and this was his first World Cup minutes in this cycle, or ever, actually, and so I was impressed with his composure. He did his job. I know you talked about, we'll talk about man of the match. He was the man of the match for me.
Wow.
Sorry to spoil a surprise, but again, kept things organized in the back, coming in for the third game in your group and needing to win, knowing that a goal would be costly because now you have to score 2 goals. And he was a beast. He won everything in the air. He kept it simple on the ground. Obviously, having Tim Ream next to you, experience like that is nice. But Cameron Carter-Vickers for me was huge today.
Before the game, would that have been your choice, Vickers over Zimmerman?
It's tough because I think a lot of times in tournaments like this, you want that continuity. And I thought Tim Ream and Walker Zimmerman did well defensively the first 2 games, only allowing 1 goal. Okay, the penalty is a mistake from Zimmerman. It is. But other than that, I thought he did a good job. A lot of people want to point out he looked uncomfortable on the ball. Fine. I understand that that's not really what he's out there to do. And so I questioned it a little bit when I first saw it. But after about 10 minutes, just seeing how Carter-Vickers just seemed composed and like wasn't going to give in to the pressure, I was comfortable with it.
Right, right. So you get the early lead. You sub off at the 40s, at halftime you bring on Aronson for Pulisic because he's hurt. Then that next sub brings on the 5-4-1 to sort of shut it down. We were kind of discussing on the watch along, we kind of wanted to keep the foot on the gas, but you understand having those 9 guys back, Haji up top. Strategically, how'd you feel about that move from Berhalter?
Yeah, it's always tough when you play 80 minutes with 4 at the back, you do well, things are organized, and then you put on a new defender, and it completely changes things, right? For every single player on the field. But Iran's just going to start lumping balls into the box. They're going to try to throw everything they can because they have to score now. And so I'm okay with the move. Again, Zimmerman had 2 games under his belt. It's not like he's stepping into a situation that he hasn't seen in a little bit. He did well with it. He won a couple aerial duels, which is exactly what he's in there for. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more hold-up play from Haji Wright. He seemed tired. I know it's not easy to come into a moment like this. You can question the decision all you want, but it got us the result, and that's the most important thing.
That's where I'm at. I know you guys were very mad about it on the watch along.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing was you go for the victory. You don't it's just so terrifying because when you invite pressure, you invite mistakes, especially with such a young squad. It's terrifying to see them be attacked continuously without them really clearing it like they should. Mm-hmm. But again, it worked out. It is what it is. A dub's a dub. And we're here now. We're with Drew Moor celebrating a W.
we just saw the replay up here on Fox. Dest was truly end to end in this game, and us covering the Rapids, you playing for the Rapids, you guys really play with those wings up and down. I thought Dest was fantastic today. He had a couple heavy touches and kind of lost control a little bit, but obviously the assist play of the tournament for the U.S. and then on the other side, Jedi too. I thought they could kind of set the pace the whole time.
I agree. I think Dest has been one of our best players in the tournament so far, maybe under the radar a little bit. Some of the chances he's created coming forward, some of the runs he goes on, he plays with a lot of energy. Robinson the same. He and Tim Ream have such a good relationship there, going back to their club positions at Fulham. But Dest, the goal just overall was just a quality goal. The ball from McKinney, which you could see Dest making the run, and then you wonder what is he going to do with it, because it's at his head, and he does the right thing. He just smashes it across, and Pulisic making the good run. But yeah, both Dest and Robinson for me, they got up and down the field extremely well, played with a lot of energy, didn't make any bad mistakes that led to chances for Iran, and created some chances going forward.
Yeah. Oh man, the chances, and it felt like 2 goals for, and you're through. Probably would have liked a little more insurance at some point in the group stage. Just,
Yeah, listen, and again, Haji Wright has the chance kind of towards the end of the game, and I think that's for me, and I know, listen, he's got tired legs. He's come on in a difficult situation. He played last game. You smash that shot. Yeah. You either smash it in the back of the net or you're kicking that out of the stadium. Sure. It's a back pass right to the goalkeeper. 1-0 leads in situations like that have us fans, our hearts about to come out of our chest. Everybody's a little uneasy, but it's a great character building win, and hopefully we can move on from that and have a lot of momentum going forward.
We just saw the replay of Pulisic kind of walking back. What does Pulisic missing the next game mean for the U.S. if he's not able to go?
I think if Pulisic can't go, it's a big loss. He's the guy. He's still the guy for me on this team that you look to when you need something, just like today. I think people are asking questions about the number 9s that were, first of all, picked for the squad and then that have been picked for each game. Tim Webb, Yunus Musa, these are good individual players that you'd like to see be able to combine a little bit more with some of the players around them. But when you need something, when you need a goal, when you need an assist, Pulisic for me is still the guy that we turn to. And so if we're missing him, yes, we've got some good players that can fill in for him, but it would be a big loss.
Terrifying loss, really. I mean, Gio has been hit and miss in his minutes. I would say that probably is the nicest version of that. But, I think right now you kind of celebrate today and think about that tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. You hate to see him limping off like that. The fact that he came back on and it was kind of like, okay, maybe it was just a knock. Maybe it's something that he can run off. But having him come out at halftime is not good, because he's somebody I feel like that would have been able to play through just a simple knock, and it's hard to know exactly. I don't know if it was his thigh or
The nether region.
Yes, exactly.
We'll say groin.
Something
We'll
a
say
little more
groin.
sensitive.
Lower
We'll say
body
lower
injury.
body injury.
Yeah.
The down south pains.
Franks and
threshold,
beans.
something
Yeah.
like that. Just
Tough, scary moment. Where does this rank for you? There's obviously been some dramatic wins in U.S. history, but missing the last cup, having this young team with really nothing to lose going in, where does this rank for you in U.S. wins?
I think it's big. I think you get a must-win situation, and it was very simple before the game started. Win and go to the next round, or lose and tie and go home. So on paper, it was very simple. But in practice, it
Right.
took a lot. And I think those guys, some of these players are so young that they probably don't understand some of the and I don't even really want to talk about the political things that goes
Sure.
on between these two countries
Yeah,
and what it really means. And probably in these last 5 or 6 days, they were introduced to it and started to understand and feel what this game actually meant more than just what was played on the field today. And for them to have the stones and to have the heart to go out and put the performance forward that got us into the next round, for me, it ranks right up there. There's been some exciting wins, but this was definitely right up there.
kind of piggybacking off that, like they're younger, their first World Cup for a lot of them. All of them, right? It's their first World Cup. I don't think anybody was in the 2014 squad.
Other than Yedlin, I believe.
Yedlin. Yep.
Besides Yedlin, they're all young, and they weren't really supposed to go this far, technically, according to all the pundits. Are they playing with a little bit of house money going into the knockout round? Are they kind of just playing free, not a lot of pressure?
I think a lot of times when you get a young team like this, there's not as much pressure on them because it's not inexperience, because a lot of these players play at big European clubs that have played in
I think
cup
all
finals
5
and
big leagues in Europe are represented on this team.
exactly. So it's not inexperience. It's just a little bit of naivety in a good way to who cares really? Let's just go out and play our game. And I feel like the 0-2 team that got to the quarterfinals had a nice balance of some young players.
Don't
and-
remind me, man.
I had to bring it up. I didn't think you
Had
would
to.
bite that hard that early. But
I bite hard early, man. Trust me. Don't get me chomping, because I will.
With these young guys, everyone on this panel here, we're all in on the Church of the Messiah. Yunus Musa, his 20th birthday today. Are you riding the Messiah train like we are?
well, what a way to celebrate your 20th birthday, first of all. And I thought he had a good performance today. He's one of those guys. He's a bit bull in a china shop. He gets the ball and he runs and he's dangerous and he invites pressure and stuff. He's just 20, which these days isn't that young.
Sure,
right?
sure.
I think the future's bright for him, and I'd like to see him, like I said about him and Tim Weah, combine a little bit more and invite other players into the play a little bit. It's easy for me to sit here and say that, obviously, but I
Sure.
think there's a bright future for him. I'm on his bandwagon for sure.
Let's go.
You've been here in Colorado for a while now. You did win the 2010 MLS Cup with
Shout
the
out.
Rapids.
Shout out. Let's go.
Legend. We all love him for it. We'll always remember. How great was seeing the bar packed, cheering on the U.S. squad. It became a full soccer environment. How fun was that for you?
It's awesome. First of all, to be able to come back here to the Colorado Rapids these last couple of seasons and finish my playing career has been a dream come true. After some of the experience I got to
After
have.
another MLS Cup.
After another one.
Well,
No big deal.
Two-time MLS
No big deal.
Cup
2
winners.
stars on the
He's
crest.
too humble to brag about.
no,
it.
but 2010. I mean, those were the days, man. And to come to a local pub like this and see this crowd just invigorated and energetic for a noon kickoff on a Tuesday when everybody should probably be at work.
Nah.
I don't know. Do people go to work anymore these days?
There's like a
even?
flu going on, man. I don't know what it is.
I don't
but
know. Weird.
No, it was awesome though. It was awesome to see.
So wait.
Go ahead, Dwayne.
So going back, 2 MLS Cups, right? So you've been through the jitters of playing big.
I lost 2 as well.
So
We don't talk
We
about
don't
we're not
that.
talk
talking
about
about those. Well, I mean, we could, but it's all kind of the same. Let's say Coach Drew is in here with these younger players. There's a lot of nerves now. You're out of the group stage, going up against Netherlands, who's a very tough team. And every game is a championship game right now, right? Mm-hmm. What do you tell these younger players, having been in that situation yourself multiple times, to calm those nerves and get them prepped to go in mentally?
I would tell them 2 things in particular. First one, just enjoy it and enjoy the moment. millions, if not billions of people that would do anything to be in their situation, in their position, to be playing for their country in the round of 16 of a World Cup would be amazing. So don't lose sight of the joy and the passion and this is why you did this as a kid and had you had fun as a kid doing it and it didn't matter if you won or lost when you went home. Maybe you always wanted to win, obviously,
of course,
right?
Yeah.
But enjoy the moment. And the second thing would be to actually just stay in the moment. Don't think about the bigger picture. Don't think about the scoreline. Don't think about what could happen or what couldn't happen. Just execute in every single moment. Whether the ball's in your half of the field, whether it's in the other half of the field, do your job, stay in the moment, and the rest will take care of itself.
Man, couldn't have
Drew
said it
Moor
better
for next
myself.
coach.
It's- listen,
let's
it's-
go.
it's a
Hire
lot
him now,
team.
dude.
Let's start it all simple. Let's get him assistant coach at the Rapids.
It's a lot
Let's get his
easier
feet
said
wet,
than done.
and
It's a
we'll
lot
go from
easier
there.
said than done, for sure.
Let's get into man of the match. Are you still holding tight with your man of the match? You said it to start, but you're going with
I'm going with Cameron Carter-Vickers.
wow. To come up, I don't think anyone was calling Cameron Carter-Vickers in that 11 anywhere this morning. And then to see that name and everyone being like, "Oh man, I don't know."
I was a huge
I think
hater of that
everyone
move.
was nervous to respond in the way he did. Rock solid.
Yeah.
Rock solid.
Yeah. And I think he probably gets a little bit of a boost because he probably knew for a couple days that he was going to be starting, would be my guess. But still, you come into the third group game, a must win. In a game like this, you're the only. Okay, there were two changes, but Josh Sargent had played in a game before. He played in the opening game. And to have the performance he did as a center back, it's, when you just have a solid performance, it's a bit underappreciated, I feel like. But that's exactly what we needed from him in that moment. It'd be easy to say Pulisic scored the goal. He should be man of the match. Yeah. Dest, okay, he's probably second in the running because of what he did in the assist. But for me, if I look at the team as a whole, for him to step into that position, Cameron Carter-Vickers, and to put that performance forward where he kind of went unnoticed, which is exactly what you want from a center back.
Right. The less times you call his name, the better, right?
If you're calling a center back's name, he's probably not having a good performance.
Ooh,
I didn't even find out Drew was a defender until they said that he was the captain. That's how good he was.
There you go. I mean, to
Appreciate
kind of
that.
speak to the larger strength of that back line, what, 2 goals? No, just 1 goal allowed in the whole group stage?
Amazing.
Like, when there was a lot of question marks, Ream was a question mark, Carter-Vickers is a question mark, not a ton of experience on that back line. And to come through as the strength of the entire 11, I can't give enough flowers to that back line.
It's been impressive, and the only goal that we give up is kind of a silly penalty giveaway where, again, I love Walker Zimmerman, but you're going against Gareth Bale. He's got his back to you. Just leave him. We don't need to talk about that.
Sure.
But let's talk
Moving
about
on.
the fact that they have only conceded 1 goal in a very difficult group against exciting teams. And I think it also speaks to the fact that these teams come in, even in England, and sit back a little bit and expect us to come at them and open ourselves up, right?
Kind of that second half in England against England was exactly what that was. England started playing that U.S. strategy of like, come at me, let's see what mistake you can make. And U.S. responded. They didn't allow a goal either way. But to the other side of that is the defense has been great. It has been the strength. What about the offense? It hasn't produced out what a lot of people expected. Is that more like a mental thing? Does it come down to like strategy not being there, or?
It's tough. I think we haven't created enough good chances. We've had a lot of the ball, which is good, obviously. You have the ball as much as you can. You're conceding less probably, as long as you're switched on in the back. I do think, again, it's hard to pick a number 9 right now, but all 3 players, Josh Sargent, Haji Wright, and I keep wanting to say David Ferreira, but Jesus Ferreira. David was his father that I played with, actually.
Whoa,
So.
no way.
What a player he was.
Another Dallas product, just like you.
Yeah, exactly.
Couple Dallas products on this team.
Well, they're all in form with their club, and so I understand bringing them all, but none of them have scored yet, and Ferreira hasn't seen the field yet, and so that's when you look to a Pulisic, and that's when you look to a Tim Weah. But I feel like we're struggling to break defenses down that are sitting in on us. We've done what we have to do so far. I want the number 9 to occupy the 2 center backs and to keep them busy and to allow the Pulisic and Weah and Musa to kind of do their dance and create some chances, And so you're going against a Netherlands side now in the next round that are going to be even more
Very
difficult
good.
now
I
to
mean,
break
just
down defensively.
some of the names. They got Frankie de Jong, Virgil van Dijk. Memphis was a goal-scoring machine in qualifying that hasn't really seen the field on a club level, but throw that out the window now. Is there any one area you're worried about going into that game, whether it's a position group, a player, a matchup you're looking for?
I'm worried about Gakpo right now.
Ooh,
Everybody is.
future
Yeah.
Red Devil Gakpo. Sorry, I had to get that in there.
I think everybody. You see Netherlands coming into this World Cup, and although Memphis comes in injured, he's the guy that you think is going to be their talisman, their goal scorer when he's on the field. And Gakpo, for a lot of people who maybe don't watch the game as closely, has come out of nowhere in this World Cup, and he's going somewhere big for sure.
Top 5 league.
Absolutely, I've already heard Manchester United is probably throwing the kitchen the kitchen sink at him, and I understand why. And so I'm worried about our defense keeping him contained. It takes one just mental lapse, one mental mistake, whatever it is, for somebody like that to punish you. And again, breaking down this Netherlands side is going to be difficult.
So if we're going towards Netherlands, right? You've had 3 matches now to see this U.S. squad. Are there any lineup changes you would make for starters at any of those positions from today?
Yeah, do you keep the Carter-Vickers train rolling?
I think you definitely keep the Carter-Vickers.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm not Greg because, first of all, this guy gets criticized more than anybody
Yeah.
in U.S. soccer, which, okay, fair enough. He's the
That's the job. Yeah, you signed up for it, man.
breaking news.
Yeah.
In case nobody realized.
Breaking news, USMNT Twitter doesn't like the manager. Are you surprised?
Hopefully Pulisic can go, if he can't, then I think you slide Aronson in there. I don't know what's going on with Reyna. That there's got to be something there that
Got to be an injury.
Fitness or-
he's played, 8 minutes, 11
Something like that.
minutes?
Yeah.
And I don't know. He's somebody that going into the World Cup, you feel like you rely on in attack and you rely on to score goals and provide assists. And so I probably wouldn't make any changes, but if he's healthy, I'm looking to get him on as quick as possible.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially if Pulisic can't go. Fingers crossed. We're not gonna get into that.
Really quickly, do you have a score prediction for Saturday?
Already a score prediction.
Yeah, why not? We're not gonna have you on before then. So
I think it's. I could see it being going to penalties. Honestly, I could see it. Yeah.
Bro, I
I
can't
love that.
see. I've said this before. I vomit and I cry during sports events.
said it before. I'll say it again.
There's a reason during the watch-alongs
I am
that
what I
Yaya
am.
sits by himself over there.
This scarf is just not for decoration. It's
Oh my
to go
God.
like
Oh
this
my
if I need to.
Let me tell you something.
I cannot do penalties, man. I just can't do penalties. We need to win this straight out. Like,
So I hate talking about myself, but 2016 MLS Cup when I was with Toronto. We went to penalties with Seattle.
Oh, God.
And with about 2 minutes to go in overtime, I'm looking around at the players we have on the field, and I'm like, no way I'm in the top 5 of our penalty takers, man. We'd made a couple changes during the game that, took some penalty takers off, brought some guys on that probably aren't penalty takers, and sure enough, the coach comes up to me, Greg Vanny, and says, do you want to be our 5th penalty taker? And I was like, ask around a little bit first. He literally turns around, talks to nobody, and turns back around and says, hey, do you want to be our 5th penalty taker?
I love that so much.
So I said, yeah, of course, and sure enough, it comes to my turn, and we went first, so we were tied. So it's not like I had to score, but you start walking towards the penalty spot, and that the camera that's on that zip line, and just your vision.
You got Yaya in the stands puking all
man.
over the place.
I could have puked, and I don't even remember how I scored it, but I did, and I ran back as quickly as I could because I wanted to get back out of the
You're like,
spotlight.
of course. Take me out of the spotlight right now.
There's no nerves like penalty kick nerves.
So if it does come to penalties, Haji Wright, 8 goals from the spot in this club season already. Pulisic obviously nails. You trust McKennie to go up there if he's still on. You kind of have to you have a fighting chance going into that.
Matt
think
Turner,
so.
great penalty saver too.
Fantastic.
Let me ask you this: would you take penalties right now?
Yes.
Absolutely,
100%.
100%.
No, for my health.
Well, yeah, I don't want to have a heart attack sitting
There's
here.
things
But
more important than your health. Yeah, okay.
Apparently there is, and Drew Moore is telling me that. My
Country,
go.
country over health, yeah.
life lessons over
I'm
here.
a country over club kind of guy.
You're not a
So-
country over health, though.
I might have to start adapting the country over health.
Your health is very important to me. Yeah, okay.
Very
Okay, how about
obvious.
we win in overtime then?
Love
and
it,
we can
love
say
it.
Okay.
We got a question from Steve here. Did you have a favorite spot to aim for during penalties?
the back of the net.
Back of the net,
Yeah.
baby.
It doesn't matter how
Because
it
we
gets,
finish.
Clutch.
Close your eyes and hit it,
And hope for the best.
and hope for the best.
Man, and yeah, like you said, having Turner there too, who definitely has a history of being pretty successful. You have, I mean, bring it on. Right?
I
Like-
would take penalties right now, and depending on who's on the field, I have confidence that we would score enough goals, and that Matt Turner would be big enough in it and make the saves needed.
Man, you heard it here, folks. We're going to penalties and we're winning. Drew Moore says so. Drew, thank you so much for joining us. Rapids legend. Enjoying retirement so far?
Absolutely. I'm spinning it with you fine
Look at
gentlemen.
this.
What else could I
Look at
possibly
this.
want?
Fine is
Guy.
a very
What a
like
guy.
You heard
very
it.
odd
Fine could go
choice.
either way.
Yeah, like,
Hey.
it's like to describe somebody that you don't like, and it's like they're fine.
Hey, I'll take fine from a legend like Drew Moore, man, every day. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to kick it to a quick ad break here. The folks at Avaca TV, man, thank you so much for sponsoring us. Look, they are the GOAT for Colorado sports programming. They got it all. They got altitude. They got. They have AT&T Sportsnet. You get your most regional content for the lowest price. Avs, Nuggets, DU, CSU, UNC, MSU. Did you know that our DNVR Nuggets crew went to Serbia to learn more about the history and culture of a country that delivered Serbia a two-time MVP? They presented the doc. They presented 100 Invisible Threads. And we
Oh,
we
you
thank
were too
them
kind.
so much for presenting our show all the time. Game Time app. Look, if you need tickets to a game, use Game Time. It is the cheapest possible way to get tickets. It's the hottest new ticketing site. Makes it easier than ever to score the best deals on tickets to sports, concert, and shows. Have you ever dreamed of sitting in a seat you never thought you could? 50-yard line, courtside, behind home plate? What's your best seat you've had at a sporting event? Are we talking like, oh, whoops.
On the field.
Well, I mean, okay, fair
There it
enough.
is.
I love how
You
Drew
can't
waited.
get on
He
the
thought about
field.
these, like, I know the
You
answer.
can't get on the field, but it is possible with the Game Time app to get right up there. Biggest last minute price drops can be found on the seats you thought you could never buy. You won't find a better deal this season. It is created by fans for the fan. We guarantee the lowest price. If you love DNVR, you'll love Game Time. Join over 15 million people who have downloaded the Game Time app and score the best seats to all your favorite events. Shout out Game Time. All right, you know what it is? It's victory shot time, baby. Salud.
Cheers. Let's go. USA.
Shout out RK. Sorry, RK, we're not subbing you out. We're keeping Drew for the ride.
That's fine.
All right, fair enough.
Not a better
Fair
way
enough.
to celebrate a U.S. win than with tequila.
You
The
love
most
that.
American thing around.
Sure. Yeah, sure. All right, so we heard Drew's man of the match. I want to go to you guys though. Dwayne, you tend to see in just a different way. You always surprise me with your man of the match pick. Who do you got today? Not in a bad way, in a
I'm
good
going to
way.
be so unsurprising right now.
Okay.
I put him on the graphic for the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
I put Dest on the graphic.
Dest.
But I will say, Drew, it really won me over, like,
Sure.
to Carter-Vickers. And
Yeah.
I think there's that's what I'm not paying attention to,
Right.
which is what we don't want to pay attention to,
Right.
as a center back. So, I mean, I'll stick with my original pick. I thought Dest was great. Obviously we didn't have all of the finishes that we want, but boy, that cross over to Pulisic, I mean,
That header,
we win.
one of the nicest header assists
Yeah.
I think I've ever seen.
Just beautiful. So
It was perfect. It was
and he
picture
was
perfect.
always in the action. You
Yeah.
know, like he was when something was happening. Dest was there
Sure.
in the corner and trying to get that ball back in. So I'll stick with Dest.
Love that.
Thought
Yeah,
great
yeah.
game.
To me, it was Sargent. I thought he
Wow,
really controlled
yeah.
that
He was awesome.
position. I think that's the best we've seen a striker for the U.S. in quite a while, actually. His touch was out of this world. He really kept the pressure in Iran in that first half. And if it wasn't for that injury, I think he finishes it off, honestly, because I thought he played great. He deserved to finish
Yeah.
the game.
Yeah.
I thought he was awesome the whole
And
game.
RK, didn't you have how many kilometers he ran?
He was 9.5 kilometers in about 75 minutes.
amazing.
Insane.
Like
Yeah.
that's just craziness.
So for your 9,
Thank you.
you are fully running the field. You're getting back on defense. It's
Talk
hard
about
not
a false
to,
9.
dude. It's hard not to give it to. I think that's a really good pick. All right, RK, your Tyler Adams Memorial Player of the Game. Who do you got?
There's a Tyler Adams section at this point. It's either him or Brendan Aronson. There's no other choice.
No, I'm tempted to pick Tyler just because
Sure.
he was so good going back, I thought.
Yeah, defensively he was
Like,
great.
there were so many moments where like, oh, shit. And then out of nowhere, here's 4.
Cleaning up.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got to give it to Pulisic. I have to.
I can't
biggest-
believe we get through 4 people
Right.
to get to the goal
Yeah.
scorer.
And
I was leaving it for one of you guys. Like,
Sure.
yeah, that's all.
Sure.
I'm saying.
He sacrificed maybe his future
Hey.
for that, or someone else's future, I should say, for that goal.
Maybe his girlfriend or wife.
Yeah,
Is really upset right now.
And if there's one problem that this team has, it's finding the back of the net. It was the biggest fear I had about today was 0-0 draw. And, you know, he lays it all out there,
Yeah,
literally.
He wrecked himself to get there, man.
Yeah, and finishes that, and, you know, that wins the game. And there were a couple other chances that were solid.
Sure.
But that was like your golden chance. And I fear if he doesn't finish that, and Dest, obviously, incredible, so poised on that assist, then, you know, we might be having a different conversation right now. So cheers to Christian Pulisic.
Pulisic, love it. I'm gonna give it. Oh God! I mean, everyone has talked me into their choice for Player of the Match. I might give it to the birthday boy though.
Yeah,
The Messiah.
Let's go with the Messiah.
It's Chris Musa. It's Chris Musa. Shout out Drew Moore one more time as he heads out of the
Thank
you,
studio.
Drew.
Shout out to Emilio and the Rapids
our
as well
guy.
for sitting-
See you tomorrow.
Let's go.
By the way, another just awful decision by the manager to sub me in.
Hey, that's your call, right?
Yo,
I mean, you're in charge.
We're the Burhalters of this. We're the Burhalter of this. podcast.
You said we're keeping him. I
I
said
thought
yes.
so too. He came
Please
back and
do.
sat down. That was just for victory shots, though.
Yeah.
Which,
dude.
like, I mean,
What
we're in a
other-
winner's lounge, baby. Like, oh my God.
What
A
other
World
legend?
Cup.
I think that's got to be the first professional athlete to take a shot on set with us.
It
Has to be.
actually might be.
Yep.
Has to be.
Drew's the best.
Legendary.
Man.
Yeah, all love to Drew, man.
You
He
know
was
what? I
awesome.
change it. My player of the match is
Drew Moor.
my player of the postgame show. It's Drew Moore.
There
Moore.
you go.
Yeah.
There you
That
go.
there's
Man
no
of the
wrong
match.
answer there. I thought I put up a really good fight, but Drew just kind
Number
of
16,
outbeat me.
Drew Moore.
Yeah?
I got to tell you guys,
Okay, tell us.
that was a terrible experience.
It really felt like did you get a flashback of like the Stanley Cup Finals a little
Yes.
bit? Like
It's
that
playoff
butterfly,
hockey.
yeah.
It's playoff baseball, but just amplified because there's only 3 chances guaranteed.
I'm like sweating. I smell like shit. I feel like shit.
Welcome to soccer, man.
Let's go!
I think like someone that would just look at me would be like, wow, that guy just played 95 minutes.
Either that or he has a really bad sickness.
Yeah.
we got-
That was.
Whoa. This
We
is
got
a
a super
first
chat
in
in here.
DNVR Rapids postgame show history. We have a super chat. Let's
go!
All it takes is the US to win. Let's go.
Yeah, we're on.
Wow. As a sad
putting in-
Broncos fan, finally happy as we have something to celebrate. Huh, RK? Yeah, absolutely. Great
Cheers, my
stuff.
guy.
DNVR Team USA, sad Broncos fan. We believe. I believe in Steve. Thank you, sir.
We have something
That
to look
is
forward to this
epic,
weekend,
bro.
Steve.
Actually,
Epic.
for what?
U.S. men's national team is playing this weekend. So
Yeah.
You know what? The only thing I'm nervous about that is by 10 a.m. on Saturday, my mental state for the rest of the weekend will be set in stone.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's
really,
a very.
really good though.
I mean, it's a really fine line to walk. You got to be careful with how invested you get in this at some points. Because if you go all in and your team loses, you'll end up like me on Saturday, crying till like 3
Yeah.
o'clock.
Well, and the thing is, in a situation like that, it kind of reminded me of the Avs protecting that 1-goal lead for the entire third period.
Yeah.
But they were so dominant that they kind of took some of the stress out of it. Whereas this one was like, it just builds
Yeah.
and builds. And
Yeah.
you can just see the guys getting a little more tired and a little more tired. And you're like, oh, God, all they need is one to just bury my whole hopes
Well,
and
not
dreams.
just that, you get
inviting them to shoot
Yeah.
over and over and over.
And not just that, once you get to the 90th minute, you're like, it's not over yet. And then you
Yep.
add the extra time. And then it's like, whoa, it's still not over. We reached the mark. And it's
Yes.
just like, when will this end?
You guys, we have DNVR Rapids postgame show history times 2, our second super chat ever, and it's called soccer, baby. Let's go.
Thank you for the money, guys. Really appreciate
What's
it.
crazy about that feeling of stress, right, is you get the go-ahead goal with about 10 minutes or so left if you add in the stoppage time. I don't have it exactly, but that high of scoring a goal lasts about a minute tops, and then it's right back
You're right
to
back in.
stress mode.
And Iran got a chance pretty shortly thereafter, and it was just like, please,
Yes.
God, no. Like, don't take all of the air out of our sails. But how about this defense, man?
Yeah, perfect timing with Jarrett's comment there. Jarrett was here this weekend watching the World Cup at your hub for the Cup. He says his player of the group stage goes to that whole backline, and I agree with him.
Yep.
Unbelievable.
I agree with him. Tim Ream, captain of Fulham, the veteran of the group. A question mark. I would say strikers were like the biggest question mark, but definitely a question mark coming in to the group stage. He proved himself in spades, man. How can you not be just all aboard the Ream train?
At this point, it's more sad that he missed the 2018 World Cup because the U.S. didn't qualify.
Right.
But, man, him being a question mark, not even knowing he was going to be on the team, and the only reason he's on the team is because of injury, such a big deal.
It's
Completely
crazy.
showed out. Told Bert Halter, hey, man, I deserve to be in the starting 11. Don't care who's back there. I need to be back there.
Yeah, and
He was like next to flawless through those 3 games.
he's been perfect.
Was flawless, in my opinion. I did not notice him, which is perfect.
Another super
Kevin's
chat. What
coming
is
in.
happening?
We got
Kevin
momentum,
Trujillo,
baby.
the homie. Shout out to the homies for always putting out the content. Dwayne, Yaya, Mitch. Obviously, RK's in on
No
this.
shout out for
Dre's been out here. Kevin's been riding with us, man. We've hung out at the C38
That guy's been with us
tailgate.
all
He's
season
been
for the
in our
Rapids.
comments.
Yeah, Kevin's always
He
with
was
us at the
watching along that
tailgates.
sad Philly game with us. Shout out Kevin, man. Super stoked to see you in there, man.
Love you, Kev.
Oof.
Kevin, fun story about Kevin that I learned.
Whoa,
at
let's
tailgate.
hear it.
Kevin watches the post matches for the late matches for the Rapids.
Sure.
At the risk of waking up his wife, he watches it in bed with his phone, totally bright. Could just listen,
Right.
but watches it right
I
there.
love
He's
that.
like dedicated.
True homie.
True,
Oh, yeah.
true homie. All right, we're through. You breathe a little bit,
Yep.
but almost like the goal, it's almost right back to nerves, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
you are
Oh,
facing
it's already, yeah.
a talented and young team too, with guys all across the big European teams. Where's your nervousness level right now?
Honestly, I don't feel nervous.
I love
I think that the nerves were to get through.
Yep.
Now, it's not entirely house money.
Sure.
But it's a little more house money, right?
Yeah.
Like, the U.S., to this point in the men's national team history, is expected to get through. That's really it. And so now you have this group of young players who have the hard part past them, in my opinion, because letdown is now out of the rearview mirror.
Absolutely.
And so if you lose to Netherlands, you tip your cap and you say, well, we've got work to do and we'll be
Sure.
back in 4 years. But I don't know if there's a term for this in soccer. Like, this team has what in basketball you would call hoopers.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Ballers, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
these guys, they
Him.
know what they're doing. Like, they do things on the ball that I've never seen U.S. men's national team players do. And I think that with them playing with the little bit of that, that monkey off their back of the chance that you could blow it, is going to elevate them to a whole other level. So I'm not all that nervous. I'm more excited than anything. I'm sure the nerves will set in on Saturday, but
I think
What's
that'd be more nervy against Senegal.
Yeah,
right?
I think
like,
so.
Because all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, you should beat Senegal, right?
Right.
They don't have Mane. Like,
Yeah, it's true.
like it's the Koulibaly and Mendy show for them.
I would be less nervy against Senegal.
You would be personally?
Yes.
I would feel the pressure of need to win against
Netherlands is scary to me.
Senegal. Okay.
I'm gonna tell
if
you
you
this
beat
right
them, like, now you're like on a run. You know
Sure.
what I mean?
Now it's like-
Now you're a Cinderella story. That's
Yeah.
who you are. You become the Cinderella story of this World Cup. But to me, it goes way deeper than this. 2014, Mexico gets eliminated by Netherlands in a penalty that shouldn't have been a penalty.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yep.
Now the U.S. has a chance to turn Netherlands away and make them go back home. I am rooting for this. I am nervous because I want this with all my heart because I have.
Wow.
Are you saying you need U.S. men's national team soccer to
I am
do
saying
the,
I
to
am
do the
breaking
Mexican
news, baby.
Mexican team a favor here?
I am saying I am going back in the USA all
Yeah.
the way.
Let's
All the
go.
way.
Yeah.
Met with Mexico probably eliminated on Saturday or tomorrow. I'm going all the way in on USA. Take out the Netherlands for me, and you're going to become my second favorite team.
Yeah, I need a translation there on Jarrett's comment.
Let me look
It
up
was
over
not
here.
a penalty.
Oh, yeah, duh.
No era penal. No era penal. No, it wasn't a penalty. No era. Like, no matter what you tell me, like, you look at the replays, if they had a VAR, Mexico would have gotten that elusive fifth game already.
Man,
Were you guys at all scared, really quick, just moving backwards a little
Sure.
bit, that they were going to give one?
Yes, I
on
was
that
terrified.
last chance that Iran had. I was,
Yes, I
Yes,
was.
of
I was
course.
terrified.
and I hate the camera work during that.
Oh.
They're like showing shit around the stadium. I'm like, I only want to see the referee. Stop showing
don't
anything
care.
else.
This
I
is
don't
what
want
I'm
to see
saying.
anybody in face paint
Yes.
waving a flag.
This is
Like,
the thing is, every broadcast in the world is not good. You'll always have something to complain about. There's better ones than others, of course. There's some good ones, there's some bad ones. But every broadcast doesn't know how to engage their audience. So as soon as they cut to the fans, I'm like, you're not doing this right. We don't care
Sure.
about the fans.
Sure.
What is the referee saying?
Oh, okay, I lied. I was terrified that they were going to. I was trying to put on a
Yeah.
great face. I was terrified.
Sure.
But it was pretty clearly not a penalty. They were diving every time the ball got even close to the box.
Yeah.
I don't think he was going to give it unless VAR forced him.
But that's the way to do it, though. If you're on, that's actually a pretty
Yeah,
smart
flop around.
strategy. Like, because when it goes to VAR, it has to be conclusive. And if you see tugging, VAR's going to be like, keep out because of the tugging,
Sure.
even if it's obviously not impeding him.
Before we dig into this Netherlands match, two things. We're going to do a quick ad read, but also I'm going to pose a little fun question for you guys, kind of lighten it up before we get serious. But before that, we do have to shout out the homies at Green Mountain Dental Group.
Let's go.
They
Love y'all.
are an OG partner of ours, major Colorado sports fan. We love seeing the community connections made. They love seeing the community connections made, and they're a part of our community. They've been a supporter of DNVR since the very beginning. Countless fans and our own staff. I think at least 2 people on staff have been to Green Mountain Dental here on the
Oh,
show.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yeah. Allie, too.
Allie over there, super producer Allie. Thank you for producing. You convert to Green Mountain Dental, you never look back. Located just 15 minutes from downtown Denver in Lakewood. CSU alum Dr. Ben and his team have you covered from general dentistry like cleanings, orthodontics, such as removing those pesky wisdom teeth, everything in between. I got all 4 out at once in high school. I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore.
wisdom teeth.
All my wisdom's gone. Green Mountain Dental has a few offers for the DNVR fam. Tell the team that DNVR Sports sent you. You get a $300 discount on full orthodontics treatment for a new patient. That is a lot of money. That is like
Sure is.
That's a steal. Go do it. If you're putting off orthodontics, go over there. If you mention DNVR Sports, you get a free set of bleach trays, a $350 value with your new patient cleaning, exam, and x-rays. Lastly, for all the hygienists out there, Green Mountain Dental is hiring full and part-time positions available. They're willing to work with your schedule, as well as offering a great benefits package with healthcare and PTO. To find an appointment or find more information, check out their website, greenmountaindentalgroup.com. Today, one more. Denver Health. They are.
Health.
I
go.
probably could use a visit there right now.
Honestly, I think all of us need our hearts checked.
Dude, I'm not gonna, like, this is all seriousness. When my father-in-law had a stroke, they did a great job of taking care of him, making sure he was taken care of.
Right.
All our family is really grateful to Denver Health.
Yeah.
Got him through a really hard spot. So all love to
It's
Denver
really
Health.
easy to just like read an ad and say like, hey, this is really helpful. But yeah, I mean, you have real stories about that where Denver Health comes through and helps people that really need it. It's open enrollment time for individual health plans now through January 15th. Denver Health Medical Plans offers Elevate Exchange plans available on the Connect for Health marketplace with great benefits and affordable plan choices. You can call direct 303-602-4912. Sign up online at denverhealthmedicalplan.org. Elevate Exchange plans have options for individuals and families looking for cost-effective, quality health insurance. For those who might not get coverage through their employer or who might be self-employed and need to get coverage, all Elevate Exchange plans include adult, dental, and vision. Vision, it's important. I'm a glasses wearer. You guys seem to have good
Yeah,
vision.
I wear contacts,
Oh,
but
there
I'm
you
a
go.
glass wearer as well.
I don't, but I'm getting old.
You are.
I might
That's
get
true.
them. I want to finish off the old guy look.
Plus, this year we offer low monthly premiums than any plan currently available on the marketplace, and we've added new mental health benefits for your regular copay. Honestly, I think that's the help I'm going to need.
Yeah,
I might need some mental health help after this tournament. Go online, give us a call at 303-602-4912. Plan members have options to receive care at any of our 10 family health centers in the Denver area or the main hospital outpatient medical center at Denver Health right over 6th and Spear right there. Additionally, this year we added a new virtual mental health option called Elevate Mind. It's available 24/7 at the cost of a normal copay. Great for those who need a convenient resource for mental health. We are on an NCQA accredited health plan, which means we have a higher standard for quality of care. Open enrollment for the exchange runs November 1st to January 15th. Enroll by December 15th to have coverage kick in on the 1st of January 2023. Call today, 303-602-4912, or visit denverhealthmedicalplan.org. Okay.
We got breaking news.
We have breaking news?
Breaking news from our in-the-field reporter, Kevin Trio.
Whoa.
Christian Pulisic just posted a picture from the hospital saying he's good to go on Saturday.
Whoa.
Huge.
I also, that's another thing I've been dealing with. Just watching that has left me with pain.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yo,
I can't see another replay.
Other breaking
dude,
news.
please no
Other
more.
breaking news real
I
quick.
just didn't want to see him off, in the hallway
Yeah.
walking. Like, that was the most
Oh,
painful.
yeah.
But breaking news real quick. We will be open on Saturday for that game.
Oh,
and we're
fuck
going to be
yeah.
lit.
We are
gosh.
the hub for the cup. Us and the Colorado Rapids have teamed up. We have pint glass commemorative pint glasses that if you buy, you get $2 off beer for the rest of the tournament with that pint glass.
Also, it looked like it was 7 a.m. because they kind of tricked you with the
With the
graphic
coverage.
on the
Coverage.
thing. Coverage starts at 7,
Coverage
so
is
it's 8
7.
a.m. Saturday.
Yep.
I believe
Match at
doors
8.
will be at 7. I guarantee you there's a line, so if you want to come hang
It
out
will
with
be
us,
full.
get here early because it's been packed and it's been awesome. All right, fun question before we dig into the nitty gritty. You see all these cuts to the fans, right?
Yeah.
You see my guy Joe downstairs in the Evel Knievel outfit. You see a lady dressed up as the Statue of Liberty. You see guys dressed up Revolutionary War style. If you are at a World Cup, what would be your go-to look representing the U.S.? Are you just a kit, scarf, or do you go full costume? Are you rocking the full Eagle onesie? RK, what would you do?
Yeah, there were two guys here who wore an Eagle onesie with a USMNT kit on top of it.
Oh, smart.
That's
Friday,
I think that's the move. That is the move. You have the Eagle head. You're probably a little hot. I assume those guys were very
Yes,
hot in that.
yes.
But that would be the move. The Eagle head. Or downstairs, the Rapids have been doing like a photo booth.
Yeah.
And they have a American flag with sleeve holes.
Yes.
Whoa.
So you
got
can just
sleeves.
wear the flag.
I love
That might be the move as well.
I love that. I might go Lady Liberty just to mix it up a little bit.
Wow.
Like, why not?
I
Why
like
not?
that.
You get the torch, you get
I
the
like
you get
it.
the you get the headband.
Me and Mitch are going to have to go together because I'm going to go as Uncle Sam.
Oh, love it.
wow.
Perfect. With the put on facial hair, the costume, all
Put
that
on
stuff.
beard, man. I'm going Uncle Sam all the way.
Love it. Dwayne, what would you do?
Man, I got to tell you, I'm in love with that Evel Knievel suit.
Shout out, Joe, man. That was great.
As a kid, I grew up watching reruns of Evel Knievel.
Sure.
I even have the toy, the old
Whoa,
school
you-
80s toy.
Still have?
I still have it, the Evel Knievel Supercycle.
You can like pull it back and then it.
Well, it's a pull string.
Oh,
You
so you-
zip it and it goes. Vroom, and
That's
I got the
sick.
ramp and I even have the van. Huge Evel Knievel fan when I was a kid, but I'm not sure. I feel like it might have more of a Fat Elvis kind of look with me in it. So I might not go Evel Knievel.
That's a
on
good
that,
one.
but I do love it.
Oh, there's the.
There's the
Pulisic.
breaking news from Christian.
Wow. Thank you, Allie. Look at that. He's hyped.
This is the
There
most
he is.
religious
Thanks,
USMNT
Ali.
squad ever. We got a Musaya, Jesus, and Christian all up in there.
Wow. I didn't think of it like that.
I would
God.
get all four of us to dress up as
The Powerpuff Girls.
no
Oh,
The
damn.
Mount Rushmore.
Mount Rushmore.
Oh, that's actually
and we
a great
have
one.
to walk around all day,
like
together.
holding like a big rock.
Are
in
you
between
going
them.
colorized? Are you going colorized Mount Rushmore or gray route?
Gray.
Dope. Okay,
Yeah, of
I
course.
agree
No,
with
Yeah.
that.
we
Of
get
course.
gray face paint and we walk around together.
Awesome. I'm all
Mount
in.
Crushmore.
Whoa, because we're gonna
I'm in.
crush
I'm all in.
some
RK
dreams of the Netherlands.
RK is the ultimate nickname guy, by the
God,
way.
he's good at it.
I'm
He's
surprised
good
he
at
didn't
it.
come up with the Musaya, because that's an RK move, too.
Dwayne's the only person on this set that I haven't come up with a nickname for.
So,
Whoa.
Downtown Brown?
Well, downtown Dwayne
That's
Brown
like-
is perfect, but that was
But every other person with the last name Brown,
Brown.
also has that nickname.
That's true.
Brown the Crown?
So
Whoa.
there's Dwayne the Bathtub.
I call him
Drowning,
Dwayner.
Dwayner?
I
It's kind of like a
Dwayner.
hockey style.
Cheese Dwaynish, Liquid Dwayno. There's a lot.
Dwayno. I thought
Dwayno.
that's a good
Liquid
one.
Dwayno is actually kind of cool. I
He
really-
flushes out all the problems in the art department.
you
all right,
backed up,
let's-
we got you, bro.
This has really gotten.
Let's look ahead real quick to this Netherlands game. To me, and this is an RK special here, to me, the matchup I want to look at the most in that is going to be Frankie de Jong, Tyler Adams in that matchup.
That's going to be such a fun
Like,
matchup.
sign me up. Get your popcorn ready.
I love this because this is what Tyler lives for.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? He doesn't back down from anyone. He doesn't look at any matchup and get scared. And he's just like born for this. So I can't wait to watch those two go head to head. I'm a little worried about Gopko.
I mean, he's
Everybody's worried
so
about
sick.
Gakpo.
But Reem, I mean, you can't not have confidence in this back line. I don't really care who it is. They already shut down Harry Kane.
You don't compare
I feel
Harry Kane to Gakpo.
Well,
I'm saying that. Are you saying Gakpo's better than
I
Harry
think
Kane?
Gakpo's better than
That's
Harry Kane.
crazy.
he's hotter right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
the thing with Gakpo,
Right now is what matters. Though.
but Gakpo's way
Sure.
more like
He's
dynamic.
in form. He
Yeah,
is
we're not
in
saying
form.
career. We're just saying right
career.
now.
Yes.
Well, I mean, because the thing is that I think Gakpo is more dynamic
Sure.
than Harry Kane. Harry Kane's kind of a statue.
Sure.
He needs the players around him to be really good for him to be that
Sure.
poacher, which is going to be really hard. I think after what I saw from Vickers, I kind of want Vickers on him like
my
glue,
God.
man. Like he's quick, he's young.
Yeah.
Just kind of like
Thick.
throw them elbows
Built like
out
a
there and,
linebacker.
go full on like hockey. Throw elbows and just start going for the knees, like if you need to. Like,
You'd love to do that as long as the ref keeps the card in his pocket.
oh, I think he will, man. When it comes to the tournament, like the actual like round of 16 and all that, the refs become a lot more hands off. They start letting them play a lot more.
So what about that Adams matchup? Does he get a yellow or no?
I think no, I don't think.
I mean,
Adams
he's got
does.
that dog. I wouldn't be
think-
surprised.
I really
I
think
think
that
he gets a yellow.
No,
for
I think it's
sure.
going to be the
It's a
opposite.
bad
I think
matchup.
Oh.
I think Frankie is
Yep.
going to get
Yep.
really
I love
annoyed
this
with
take.
Adams, and
I
I think
love this
he's going to
take.
do something he shouldn't.
Well, do you guys know what the rules are on the yellow accumulation?
I'll look it up as we
I
keep
think
talking.
they
Go
reset
ahead.
after. I think they reset after group, but I'm
I
not
would
100%.
love that, but I'm worried it's like not for another.
It might even be to like the round,
quarter or-
like the quarters or something that it resets.
Yellow cards do carry over from the group stage into the round of 16. If a player receives one yellow card in the group stage and another in the round of 16, they are ineligible for their team's quarterfinal matchup.
For what it's worth, dumbass rule.
It
Terrible
is really
rule.
dumb.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's
Give
completely
them
different
3.
tournaments.
Give them 3, in my opinion. Because
Won a game.
I mean,
Just dog it up.
Sure.
That,
Yeah.
To me, that should be fine because the whole idea is that if you're on a yellow, you have to play cautiously, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have to do that for the entire,
Round of 16.
There
If
is
you
a
got
clean
one in the
slate.
first. Because who was it? Dest who got one in like the first 15 minutes of the
Yes.
first game.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
has to play different for the entire next 3 games. That's
I
silly.
think, but I think that benefited him honestly. Personally, like
I think it made him play smart.
Yeah, I think it made him play how he actually should play without that aggressiveness. He was able to actually focus on soccer, on football, and I think that benefited him. But you're right. For the rest of the players, the really aggressive ones like Tyler Adams, like McKinney, like that really takes away from that edge of their game and doesn't let them fully get invested all the way because they're also in the back of their head. They're thinking, I can't be that same guy because I might not even be around for the next game.
Yep.
When some of those cards are so soft, like
Most of them.
so it's like I'm with RK. Give him like 3
Or maybe you
10.
can't have one in back-to-back games.
That's kind of
Yeah.
where I'm
Yeah.
thinking,
I
like,
like that.
maybe even like the rolling, like a game drops off, like
Yeah.
Dest's first game drops off for that next round. It is a clean slate if you win this game.
I also just
It
think
wipes out completely.
it just should wipe out after the group because it's a
Sure.
completely
It
different.
is it's a tournament.
Totally
It's
different
like
tournament
it
now.
turns into 2 different tournaments. The group stage just to qualify to the tournament, and then it becomes a tournament. So it's unfair to bring the qualifiers into the tournament, in my opinion.
Yeah,
because
I
it's a
agree.
completely different beast. You're playing completely differently.
So the U.S., I mean, not in uncharted waters. They've advanced out of the group plenty of times.
most of the time.
Once you win this game, though, that is where you're starting to only see a select few USMNT teams
Just one, I
get
think.
past. Right? Yeah, exactly. It was that,
Yeah,
and it was the
2002.
Belgium game where Wando could have
Oh,
won.
yeah.
Oh no, wait, was that the round of 16?
No,
No,
that
that-
was the round of 16.
Right,
They've
okay.
only gotten out once.
Yeah, that was the 2002 where they beat
Correct.
Mexico Los Aceros.
Yeah.
The
Dos a
bane
cero,
of
of
my
course.
existence.
Yeah,
And
you don't have
and
to
so
say that out loud.
so
Yeah, like,
you
it
are
is what it is. Like it sucks.
this, and you said it, and I wanted to bring it up with Drew, but we kind of went away from it. But the young, dumb, and full of confidence. If you can get past the Netherlands, which is not going to be an easy feat. I'm not trying to say it's an easy feat. That is a formidable 11 on the other side. But that's where the house money kicks in.
Oh, yeah.
Why not? What do you have to lose besides being the greatest USMNT squad ever?
And you're probably going up against an all-time international power.
Yeah, dude, Netherlands is stacked. It's one of my dark horses for the same reason, because I think they're that good. Netherlands is him, in my opinion.
Those wings are crazy with Memphis. Gakpo can play out, can play in. But you've seen Dest and Jedi.
You saying
man.
wings are crazy in Memphis made me think of Nashville hot chicken.
I am kind of hungry now.
It seems almost like, okay, that's your strength. Guess what? Dest and Jedi have been unreal. Bring that on too.
It has to be the first half of today for the whole match
Correct.
versus Netherlands. Even if we're up by 1, we can't park it like we did today, because Netherlands is going to
Punish.
just
Solve it.
destroy that. Like,
Yeah.
it can't be that again, you know. So what I'm hoping for is just super aggressive, like we played in the first half. Take those chances. Hopefully somehow we start to finish. You know, I mean, it could have been 3, 4, 5 goals today. That sounds crazy, but the opportunities were there. You know, it's finding a way to finish on our shots and even take shots. You know, there's a lot of time, Dest especially, will come down and looks like he's not sure if he wants to pass or shoot, and
He kind of loses possession.
Yeah, he really does, and it's just those times I'm like, take the shot, just put it on. Maybe we get a nice rebound, you know, and pick up some trash goals, whatever.
I mean, Sergeant Special right there.
Yeah, that's what I wanted from
absolutely.
that opportunity that he passed back in. It wasn't because it was the best shot, but that rebound with 2 players that you have, it's a greater opportunity than you do if you pass it back in with 2 Iranian defenders right there.
Just hit it low.
Yeah,
me-
exactly. Like, rebounds are the key. But kind of going back into, like, the matchup, what to me, Van Dijk versus Musa is going to be the thing.
Sure.
China, ball in a China shop, both ways. Dudes
Yeah.
are physical, they're big.
It's going to be a card one way or another.
It's like it's a car wreck. It's a car wreck waiting to happen. Like, you're just not going to be able to take your eyes off it because they're both big and physical, and they're just going to be so much fun to watch.
I wonder how much it's going to open up for the U.S. against that 3-man backline that they rock. You got Timber, Van Dijk, and Ake back there. Timber, one of those guys from Ajax who everyone talks about being that next big purchase. Van Dijk, obviously, it speaks for himself. But does that 3-man backline, those wings have been open for the U.S. all game. It's been the strength. Does that open up even more? Does that allow Pulisic to get deep to that kind of corner of the box? Does it allow Dest even more room to operate coming in with the offense?
Well, that's kind of a fake back 3.
Sure,
like,
I mean,
most
it
of
can
them play 'cause
quickly
it's-
into a back 5. But
Exactly. Like, it turns really defensive really quickly, which is why I like the back 3 a lot, because it does help out a lot of that, like, deficiency of, like, defensively. But it does open it up, because all you do is need to beat 1 quickly, and then the middle of the field is going to open up because you're going to spread them out. You're just going to spread them out. All you have to do is beat 1 man, and then the defense has to completely open up. Across in the box is going to be one of the best things you can do.
So who does everybody put at number 9 then?
Oh,
Versus this is a different defense than we've seen with Iran and Wales. So who do you keep it Sargent? Do you go?
I thought Sargent was fantastic today.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah,
And conversely,
absolutely.
I thought Haji Wright was diabolical.
yeah,
Yeah.
thought worst game so far.
if it's late, you do want extra time specifically.
Oh, yeah, you
you're
want
going
Haji.
to bring Haji on for
Yeah.
penalties, period. There's
He's-
no way
he's
around
target,
that.
yeah.
He is nails from the spot.
Yeah, he's a great penalty taker.
Well, he can conserve his energy
Sure.
again for
Yeah.
penalties.
Sure. Yeah, look,
maybe
I'm not
wait
trying to
and bring
look,
him in later.
I know I'm the Haji guy, but he wasn't great today. But this is tournament ball, right? That's
yeah.
like he wasn't necessarily on the 11 for the group stage. He's on the 11 for late game situations when it's desperate. You need a big body,
Great
and if
big
it
target.
goes to penalties, you can trust him at the spot.
Yeah.
But to start again, I keep banging on this drum. Give me Ferreira, man. I just
Yeah,
think
why not?
You need something different, man. You keep going into those crosses into the box. They haven't been accurate at all.
Yep.
It hasn't really hit anybody. Let's put somebody that can draw back outside of the box, pass it back to them, and just shoot it, and maybe get a rebound. Bounces off an Iranian player. Like, it just becomes such a shit show at that point that everything goes into your favor.
I truly believe that this group is someone who can serve the ball in away from being able to compete or beat anyone.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
The services have been just
Tough.
trash.
Tough. And I think, Kellen coming on and kind of being like, okay, guys, settle down. I can do this is going to help going
Yeah,
forward.
Yeah.
for sure. It's crazy, though. Just a shout out to our partner, DraftKings Sportsbook. They've had
DraftKings
Ferreira
Sportsbook.
as the number 1 lowest odds to score going into every game, and he hasn't even seen the field.
That sucks, man. He deserves to play. I really
The
think.
way that McKennie, Dest, Musa, Weah have been able to operate around the box, whether it's get deep, bring it back around up top, bring it around to the other side, bring it up. Having a guy like Ferreira in the middle where if it does flash open, that right foot can put it in any corner of the goal.
Well, and it's going to pull, he's
going to bring Van Dijk out too. It's going to pull him away from
back, which is going to allow our wingers who have been playing
great,
awesome,
fantastically,
to sneak around and come back in. I mean, Yaya just said it. Drew said it earlier. I've been saying it. You're saying it. It's just and it's weird because we all know Berhalter loves him, so it's strange to see him not start Ferreira on that. But hey, maybe that's it for Netherlands, and we see it happen. At the beginning, I was not on the Ferreira train. When we were all discussing Pepe and all of that.
Pepe would be dope right now, by the way.
Yeah, he would be dope right now. But whatever, we got the squad we got. What do we use?
We're through the knockout stages with the squad.
Yeah, so,
I mean, it's tough to say it was wrong.
Yeah.
To me.
So, I mean, I kind of want to see Ferreira now and see if that actually works, if he can pull it out, because the wings have been so strong,
Yeah.
But they're always, like you're saying, like getting that ball in. And there's been so much traffic. It's because no one's pulling them out,
To answer Steve Stone's questions real quick from the chat, Baby Weah is going to be fundamental in orchestrating the counterattacks. Absolutely. I agree, Tim Weah. You saw it early in game one, and I thought today he bounced back from a rough game 2 against England.
I thought today's game was up and down for the
But
most part,
it was still better.
It's better than his
Super
England game.
active. I liked it.
Yeah.
It was active, but he
was
just
great.
didn't have
He
the
couldn't
final.
finish.
Yeah,
He couldn't finish.
He
And then
didn't
his-
have that touch.
And then the second one about any word on Gio Reyna isn't playing. There really isn't word.
There was an argument.
There's
World
rumors.
Cup's biggest mystery.
There's
is-
rumors. He says he's fit. He has said it on the record that he's fit and ready to play because, you've seen Bogert and Grant Wall and all those guys quoting that all over the timeline. There's something between the U.S. training staff, Berhalter, and Gio that's not going to get out, I don't think. I mean, it
now
would take a
it's-
massive
Didn't you
leak
see
at
the
this point.
Eric Winalda quote too?
What'd he say?
He said something along the lines of like, Berhalter asked him to go along with the injury story.
Interesting.
Wow.
But
I
then
don't know.
he kind of retracted that
Yeah,
later.
I don't know. That sounds a little
Yeah.
like
I
he's
can tell
editorializing
you-
it. Maybe
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if there's an injury or not, but if I'm going to the World Cup and somebody stabs me the next day, I'm fit.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
going to go. I want to play in the World Cup.
Pulisic's going to play with one nut.
Yeah.
So.
I mean,
So,
But that nut's made
regardless
of
whether
gold,
or
though,
not
at this
Gio
point.
is hurt. He's gonna say he's fit, and maybe he is, and maybe he isn't.
Oh my
But he's not gonna go. Yeah, I'm hurt.
Well, the mystery is only going to continue now that Pulisic's for sure playing.
Yes.
Like,
that's Berhalter, though. Like, if he knows Gio Reyna's injured, why did he take him to begin with? Same argument for Raul Jimenez in Mexico. Why
Yeah.
take a player that you know is not 100% fit because you're hoping he'll get better? No, take the fittest player at that
Yeah.
position. Well, it's going to suck for Gio, but why even take him? What's the point? Because now you just have a controversy in your hands that you got to deal with while you're trying to win the tournament at the same time.
Can you call someone up if someone gets injured?
No. This is your squad.
yeah,
this
you're
is it.
just down a person. But they did expand it from 21 to 26.
Okay.
I thought it was 23, 26, wasn't it?
I think it's 23 to 26. Yeah, my bad. So I don't know. The Gio mystery will probably
see
remain a mystery.
His dad also came in and
Yep.
started commenting. Claudio Reyna, by the way, USMNT legend as
Obviously.
well. By the way, he is Argentine,
Come in though, like
but his dad has pull. It's not like
Well, I
it's
know
not
he-
Drew
It's
Lock's
funny
mom.
that the dad-
It's not Drew Lock's mom on Instagram and Twitter saying, "You guys are mistreating my son." This dude played for USMNT. He has that in
The
his
dads
bag.
alone on this team's pretty Ferreira's dad, MLS guy.
Weah.
Weah's
Weah.
dad. I mean, come on, George Weah is like one of the all-timers. Period in the
it's the
sport.
ultimate dad squad.
Dad squad.
Like, I think the dads might be able to take on the kids. Honestly,
Dad squad, more like dad squad. Am I right?
the kids versus the dads. The dads got to be young too because these are still kids.
I mean, yeah, like we said, Musa turned 20 today.
Musa's dad is also a baller.
Yeah, I know it's awesome to see.
Musa wouldn't have been able to take a victory shot with us if he was here.
We would have
That's
done
what we
it
said.
anyways.
He's not allowed to drink in the United States. He was born and raised in England, so he's been legal for 2 years now.
Sure.
Fair.
But
Guys, should we get into predictions? Does anyone feel confident enough to jump out first?
By the
here?
way,
I'll go
you
first.
guys forced me into it the other day because everyone went with the heavy win.
Sure.
And I was
And
like,
you-
I'll take 1-0. So
yeah,
Yo, shout out
got
RK,
it.
accurate
go.
as hell.
You got it.
He's like the otters at the zoo calling it right, so that's pretty dope.
Yeah, dude, I'm going penalties. U.S. victory.
Jeez, I'm so excited.
I can't take it. But, yo, this is coming from the heart because I need the Netherlands to go down, man. Like, Netherlands, I love you. If you guys are healing from the Netherlands, fuck your squad, man. Like, nothing against you guys, man. You guys are cool. But just your squad has brought so much pain to me that I can't support them at all.
Look, this would be a team that you can hold your head high after a loss to. I do think it goes to extra time, but I don't think it goes to penalties. I think we get the clutchest goal in American history with an extra time winner.
Who gets your clutchest goal ever?
If it's not Pulisic, it's the wrong answer.
It's Pulisic. Easy.
Real quick, I just wanted to get
2-1.
before I give my prediction, your
Yes.
take on Aronson tonight.
BA.
thought he was awesome.
Again,
I thought BA
one
had
of
a
those
great game.
one of those performances, like a lot of the midfield performances we've seen, where you're not calling their game a lot because off the ball, insanely active, directing traffic, cutting off passing lanes that you don't necessarily see because you're focused on the action. BA, man, what a coming out party for him.
I
Get him
thought
in the lineup.
I thought he was. I honestly like the very few times he touched the ball, he was the most. He was really dynamic.
Created like
He-
2 chances, got
yeah.
fouled twice.
He got past like 3 players, and the only way they could get him is pulling the shirt, knocking his ankles out of underneath him. Like, he was great.
Yeah, it's off the ball for me. Like Mitch is saying, like it's the stuff you don't watch, and that's true for any sport, And I, growing up playing hockey, it's everything that happens behind the puck. Same thing with soccer. It's as much off the ball as it is on, and I mean, I think, like Mitch is saying, like he is stalwart, and
absolutely.
really dependable,
Level-headed.
Showed it today.
Creative,
doesn't get
imaginative.
crazy. Yeah.
For my score, by the way, thank you guys.
He needed the Aronson praise.
Yeah.
a little
Yeah, of
bit.
course. Needed the Leeds love, rocking the Leeds kit.
I'm gonna say 1-0 USA. I think that this back line has not conceded a real goal yet.
Nope.
One really dumb challenge. has
Goalless
led
in the run of
to
play.
A goal, and I think that they're able to get one. I'm gonna say it's a header for.
Weston?
I was about to say Weston would be the guy.
Let's go Weston header.
Like set piece or
Yep. Corner. They finally get one into the right place.
I was about to say like that's gonna be a miracle in itself.
that really
broken
would
clock
be
is right twice a day,
miraculous
right?
for
Like,
the
it's
US
gonna
to score
happen
on
at
a
some
set
point.
piece. I'm going with Yaya. I think it's going to go kicks.
Oh, no.
I think Netherlands is,
I don't know what will happen to me if it goes to kicks.
So
I'm vomiting. I already said this,
It's
though.
going to be so awesome in here. It's going to be just nuts when it goes to kicks.
I need a seat. Today I was standing the whole time, and
It
I
just
thought my
wasn't the
knees were
same.
just gonna buckle.
It's gonna go absolutely bananas. And I look at Netherlands and I think about that England match, and I think both of those are squads that are elite.
Yeah.
And we hold our own versus versus England versus an elite squad. I think we can do it again, and I think it might go to kicks.
They just play up to
And
the
if it goes to
competition.
kicks, I think
No pressure on the
Turner-
U.S. in those kicks compared to the
I think
Netherlands.
Turner and Horvath both are clutch for kicks.
Very clutch.
Like, I feel great about going to kicks for USA.
Me too.
I mean, if there's one thing we produce, it's goalkeepers.
Yeah.
That's it, baby.
Matt
do
Turner's
well.
dope, man. Trust me.
We
I
do well
I
at people
saw
that
it
get hit by
firsthand.
things. So that's our pride and joy.
I saw Matt Turner up close and personal, man, against Mexico. Not a fun place to be if you're Netherlands.
Guys, I'm nervous, but I'm excited. Saturday, 8 a.m. Doors at 7 here. 21 only because it's going to be packed. So 21 plus only. Apologies if that alters any plans. Line up. Be here early. It's gonna be electric in here.
I might just come line up with the people just for fun.
He's a man of the people.
We should
He is the people.
film it. Let's get it on. Get that.
Are you
all
wearing a
that
onesie?
footage so we can all enjoy.
I don't
it.
have a onesie.
God,
but
could we
can get you one.
Amazon something? It's pretty.
I think
quick.
I have to wear this because I have 2 vintage US shirts, and they both turned into ties.
Yeah.
So that I can't trust them. I'm gonna go back to the Tyler Adams Leeds kit.
I'm
Real
okay
quick,
with that. I'm
real
okay
quick.
with that.
When Drew was on here, he had his U20 kit on that he played with
That's
the USMNT,
That's
which
sick.
is so dope.
Number
It's
16.
Being able to wear your own USMNT kit to watch a USMNT game.
I trust Drew Moor so much. If you just put him in on Saturday, I'd be like, yeah, I trust him.
Dude, Drew Moore is Drew Moore. There's nothing you can do to get me off that take. He is him.
He's him.
Drew Moor will be hanging out tomorrow for the Mexico games here. If you missed
Yep.
today with Ollie, Saturday, we got an all-star lineup for Saturday from the Rapids.
What do we got?
Drew Moor,
Oh,
Boom.
let's go.
Denver legend Ollie LaRose,
Let's go.
Boom, boom, boom.
and a little guy who just tied the season goal-scoring record, Diego
We got Diego Rubio.
dude. We got.
The Chilean mastermind.
He is one of the coolest dudes to talk to. He's such a sweetheart, ruthless on the field,
I can't
angry
wait to
as hell.
I want to see him and Drew Moor interact so much.
Yeah.
They're so fun.
Can I just
good
quickly give a
dudes.
shout out to the Rapids and specifically Drew Moor for coming out
Let's
today?
give him his flowers.
Dude,
Do it.
that
Flowers
guy
time.
is the definition of one of the guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Like,
yeah.
he showed up here, and, like, I think he has a little bit of a relationship with some of you guys.
Yeah.
But, like, I started talking to him, and it was just, like, talking to an old friend
Oh, yeah.
immediately. Like, he comes on this set, instantly brings the most energy of anyone here.
I
You
was,
guys
trying
were
to,
hyped.
I was trying to match him.
Yeah, and he just comes and brings so much energy, man. That is rare, honestly, to get from an athlete who comes in onto a show. Like, him doing we tweeted it out, but, like, the sigh into the let's go, like, just incredible. So thank you to the Rapids for partnering with us on this, and thank you to Drew for just being himself.
Fan favorite forever for the Rapids. Even when he was up north playing for up north.
For Toronto.
I remember, him coming down and we were playing Toronto, and after the match, him taking a lap and signing things
Yeah, he's so
and
cool.
hugging Rapids
He's so
fans
cool.
because the love is still there, and it didn't matter that he played for Toronto, and just and he didn't have to, because he played for a different club now, but this is home for him, and just I will always remember that. I remember all of the Rapids memories too, but I remember being there at that game and afterwards watching him, and I'm just like, that's a dude right there.
Yeah.
Like, he is
Legend.
just a genuine great human being,
Absolute
and great
legend.
with the fans.
all the stories you hear from Drew Moor are absolutely true because you'll never hear a bad story about Drew
Yep.
Moor. Dude is great.
Good
They
dude.
say don't meet your heroes. If he's your hero, meet him.
Absolutely mean it.
Immediately, this is like the second time I met him, and he started busting my balls immediately.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. Like
He's calling
then-
you Yaya. up here.
Yeah,
Like,
I went up to him. I'm like, "Hey, man, it's Yaya," and he's like, "I know." I'm like,
Let's
"Oh, this
go.
is dope, man!" Like, it's Drew effing Moore, the guy that got me in trouble through all middle school for staying up late and watching the MLS Cup run.
Yeah,
like
let's go.
it was the dopest shit ever, man. It was like a dream come true for me a little bit.
Can't wait to see him on Saturday.
Oh,
He'll
it's
be
gonna
here.
dope.
He'll be right there. I can't wait. Any plugs, guys? RK, we'll start with you. Any plugs?
Come out on Saturday. It's
That's
going
it.
to be unreal. Everyone has been amazing so far. This will be the first game we've had on a weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you're
We
right.
had the day after
Friday
Thanksgiving.
felt like a
Yeah.
weekend, but it was kind of a fake weekend. This is real.
This is a weekend match. It is going to be unreal. Get here early, but even if you don't get here early, just be cool standing. I did it the whole game today.
Like you could even be sitting during this stressful stuff. Like
Well,
I kept
I would
standing
prefer
up
to
on
be
the watch
sitting so I can just like put my head in my
Yeah.
hands. A couple of ones, but either way, just get in where you fit in.
There's
squeeze
plenty
in
of room,
wherever.
plenty of tables.
We'll
Yeah.
make it work, and let's get rowdy.
Any plugs on this side?
5-star review anywhere you hear us. If you don't got
Only
nothing
5
nice to
stars.
say, don't say it at all. That's what your mom taught you. Give us a like. Interact on us on Twitter. Let us know what you like and don't like. We'll be more than happy to accommodate most of your requests.
Yeah, it's true.
And just follow us all on Twitter.
Real quick, also, this is the first time I've had the buddy pass from Breck Brew.
The homies.
Did not realize what I was signing up for. 11%.
Oh,
It hits.
we're loosening
After
it
victory
up
shot.
on the post game,
After
baby.
victory shot.
And it's probably not his first drink either, so he's not okay.
I mean,
Hey,
it's
look.
like fifth.
Hey, we also did
I'm
victory
fine.
shots, but it's a
Plus the
winner's
victory
lounge. It's a
shot,
winner's
so-
lounge. It's a winner's
I
lounge.
didn't slur.
Yo, we got a winner's lounge.
You kept
Dwayne,
it
any
together.
plugs?
Man, I'm with RK. We can't wait to see you here on Saturday. It's going to be, as we mentioned in the watch along, it's going to be very AF, as the kids
It
say.
will be super AF in here. Believe it. Guys, that is it for us. Thank you so much for riding along with us. And more important than everything, up the USMNT.
Let's go.